Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. Today's market was just a little bit crazy. Up a little bit, down a little bit, flat a little bit, and all over the place. And we're going to take a look at it, see what's happening as the SPY was hitting that MACD. As we've talked about, not exactly confident it was coming through. It tried to for a minute, and it was in that spot where it could pull itself back, and it obviously did. So we'll take a look at that and everything else. So I'll let some people hop on here. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. And I hope everybody had a great day today. And let's look at the charts and see what they look like. That's what the heat map was looking like. So let's see what's going on today. And Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Apple were down. NVIDIA and Meta were up a little bit. Tesla was just kind of hanging out there. It was jumping up, jumping down. Like I said, most of them were in a SPY real quick. It was hitting that MACD just like we've been talking about. So tomorrow's going to be an interesting Friday, that's for sure. So we'll be all over that in the morning. But first, let's go through everything, find what's going to be popping, because you know we had plenty of them. How about that SAG? That was popping up. OPTN, another one we talked about. And, of course, that RGC, we've been all over that thing early, too. So all kinds of them. WINT, WINT, and plenty others. So we'll see what's going to be popping for tomorrow and getting set up for next week. So here we go. Let's look at OCEA, because it did look much better today. That's for sure. And it is running up. That looked like its bottom right there yesterday, as we had said. And you know I had mentioned it. And boom, here it goes. Let's see it run up to that 20 area from the 6 to 8 again. And we'll address it when it gets there. But that's what we should see, some movement like that. So that's what I would think that we're looking like on OCEA. And let me just hop on over here and make sure everything is working. If something goes out, just kind of let me know. I'll keep an eye on things. Hopefully no technical difficulties, but we'll work through it if there is. And here we are with APDN, a little healthy pullback today. Nothing too crazy. Obviously ran up yesterday some, and it ran up this morning too. If you were up early, it was up there to like 250 right there. And then it pulled back to them 181s, which was probably a great spot to get it, and closed at 195. Reverse split, all kinds of people talking about it, and we're still doing that curl up. So we do have a few days right here. You can see it, so it could bounce around, and you do have a couple days to jump in. It looks like we're getting set up probably for next week, but look at it tomorrow and we'll be taking a look at it. And that UOKA didn't do much today. It's one of the few days that it really didn't do much. Look at it in that channel, just like we talk about, and it just kind of opened and closed around the same price, but really didn't run much. But look how tight that channel's getting now, and we'll see what it wants to do. So keep your eye on this thing. Look at it. It loves to run up big too. It has huge run-ups often like that, and you see it all over. Look at this thing. Like right there. So keep an eye on this UOKA, because we have been liking this one lately, that's for sure. And let's take a look at ADTX. That was running up some more today, as a matter of fact. ADTX, it was up there, and let's see, it could be trying to top out, or at least get up there and then have to get reset up. Let me see, hitting that 20. We know that they like to pull back to the MACD and roll back up. So if you had it down here, it was probably a good idea to lock in your profits up here and see if it pulls back some to roll off. And that is your ADTX right there. But that's exactly what it looks like. It'll try to get in there tomorrow over into that channel. We'll see. But again, you have to play the what the pattern's been telling us for a while. So that's what I would be sticking to right there. And here is your RGC, and we were in way early on this thing, and it's just been green and running up and staying in that top. We talk about it, and today it made some crazy moves right here. RGC, take a look at this thing, $28.99 to $45.73, and you're at $43.19 right there. So yeah, and it looks like it's trying to curl up some more. So this thing went crazy. I'm not even sure what they even did. I have no idea. I only see news from well, March 17th, but it doesn't even say. It just says soared last week or whatever. And yeah, this thing has gone crazy, and it is a Hong Kong drug manufacturer. You would think that they cured cancer like that, but I have no idea what RGC's up to. And I don't look at the news, and I don't really even care, but we knew that thing was popping, and it's been going crazy. HEPA, good old HEPA, another great one to keep your eye on, guys. So many of these reverse splits, look at it, trying to get up, and we do know that these are trying to cross through and can do it. So look at this one trying to do it right there. So yeah, I would keep an eye on this as well, HEPA, and you could get right back up to here, and that's a huge run up if it wants to do it. So keep your eye on HEPA, and obviously RGC is a momentum play. It's been running up. LAC, it's just kind of running flat, but look, it couldn't get out of that channel right there. Maybe you have a little bit of pullback right here. I have a feeling it's going to get set up. It was really set up right there, kind of just pulling back, but I still think that's the bottom right there, 273. So we'll have to look at it. It looks like it was up a little in the after hours. Let me see, 301 right there. And maybe even tomorrow, look at it. It was trying to push up a little bit in the after hours there, 298, and it closed at 301. So not bad. And we were looking at this, and again, they get set up in this channel right there. And if that channel's real big, they could run around a little bit at the moment. Of course, they can get out of there too, but you have to know that look to get out. And AIM is starting to aim up. It was up a little bit today, and remember we were saying this thing, it was just pulling back, but they had something going on. We've been talking about it, and it does look much better right here. Look at that thing, and again, just like I was saying, they can get right out of that, out over that 20. Now we're going to start pushing up to that 50, and this has got a big channel right here. So it's got from like 12 to 16. So AIM should try to push up and start aiming its way up. And again, they got all kinds of stuff going on if you want to check them out. We looked one time, but I'm not going to go through it. And it does look pretty good right there. So keep an eye on good old AIM. So that one's not looking bad as well. And a bunch of them are looking good going into Friday and next week. And how about our OCGN? We've been watching it pull back for this. And here we go. It did bottom out the other day. Yesterday, it didn't look bad. Remember, we were talking about it, saying, is it about to finish out, or is that going to pull down? It looked like it wanted to come. This wanted to pull back, but get into that channel. We had talked about it. I didn't think it was going to really run up that much today, but it's looking much better right here, OCGN, and we knew it could get moving. And yeah, here it is. So keep your eye on OCGN, see how it crossed through, and we'll see. They've been keeping themselves over right now, and again, they're breaking that trend. I don't think the big caps are really ready yet, but these ones are, and some of these ones that are really setting up and looking good, they are breaking that pattern right there and getting through. So yeah, it is looking good. So we'll keep an eye on OCGN, but again, we're really looking too, because that's the bottom right here. We've been liking it. Now let's see how much it runs up. It might have a really good run up and change that chart back around and actually end up bullish. LRHC right here, that is La Rosa Holdings right there, and let's see, that one's actually looking really good. So LRHC, and yeah, this one's looking really good again, and might get back up to into that channel. Take a look at this one trying to get cruising. So this one was that real estate one from before, and it is getting back onto the 20 and looking better. So keep an eye on this one as well, LRHC. That one's getting set up, I would say. And let's look at CYCU. So many good ones right now, and they are trying to look better. And this one was running up today, and we've been watching this. And remember, we said it's going to bounce around as it curls up here. Well, it definitely got up there today, and it was looking good. And if it can stay up in that spot over this 20, look at that channel right there, guys. So we're going to try to keep an eye on this. If it can stay up there tomorrow, it's probably going to be really good. So keep an eye on CYCU. It has been setting up. And another one that we watched and thought that the bottom was here, but you just never know. They bounce around as they as they curl up there. So sometimes you could get some pullback, but they've been curling up pretty nice right now. And like I said, they're breaking that pattern, which is great. So now we know that some of them can really get moving. And this DGLY, this one's actually not looking bad. So you got a lot of them that look much better. And like we were saying, the market looks much better. I think today was more healthy pullback than anything. It was up early and then pulled back. I still wasn't that convinced this morning. I said it, but they were looking good, and I think we're getting right there. Maybe next week they get turned back around, guys, and things start moving back up. So, and we'll have to see how far if they really want to get cruising. Maybe they start running up. We'll look at the SPY and all that, but some of these are really starting to cruise, so you got to take advantage of it. DGLY, again, looking good, could get up onto that 20 right there and then get cruising, and that's a big channel, so keep an eye on DGLY. And let's take a look at RIME, RIME. This one was looking good. I know it pulled back today, and I do think it pulled back, went back up in the after hours. I see it say it there, but I also have it on my watch list here. So let me see on RIME, and let's see, 234 to 244, and then it closed at 238. So yeah, it did. It came down to 226, and then it jumped back up. So this one is looking pretty good too, guys. Another one, RIME. It's getting right there. It's another one to keep an eye on. So almost all of these in the beginning are good ones to take a look at and definitely keep an eye on for tomorrow. We'll try to go through the best ones, but I'm telling you, they're all different kind of setups and different reasons for them to look good. So you just got to kind of see which ones you really like and run with them. So, and let's see. Oh, the index futures and the options and stock option contracts all expire tomorrow. It's a triple witching Friday right there tomorrow. So there you go. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. And so yeah, it could be a little weird and not really pop because they like to make them dip on them days when you have tons of them expiring like that triple witching Friday, and then you get cranking that next week. So they almost look like that, and we'll obviously be watching them and seeing what they want to do tomorrow. But let's see what wants to be popping tomorrow, because we've been watching them, and I told you the COEP is not a bad company here. It did run up a little bit today. I'm not saying it's going to get cruising at the moment. Could still see a little bit of pullback, but it's staying steady. Look at this thing trying to run up here, and it is looking pretty good. So we'll look at it tomorrow. It's trying to crawl back up to that MACD. You can see it a little better here. It was moving in the after hours. Clearly, it closed at 1041, and we have it at 980 right here. Here you go. Its high was 1029, but that was probably during the daytime. And yeah, it got up to that 1041 because this has got it closing at 980 and pulling back in the after hours. This thing has it way up. So pretty wild how different they are, but I'd have to imagine this one's more correct. And COEP looks like it's hitting the 20. We'll look at it tomorrow. Again, it looks like a pretty solid company there, so we'll keep an eye on that one, see what it wants to do tomorrow, if it gives us that look or if it runs up a little bit more. And how about HIT taking them more hits? And again, we'll just keep an eye. This will probably be a good one for next week. You can see it might start flattening out and then get curling back up. And again, it's not gonna, I don't think it'll pop like that crazy. How about Curaleaf? We can look at that too if you want in a second, but we'll look at curl. What happened to curl? Am I not spelling curl right? What is, oh wait, it's hit. What am I even looking at? I'm talking about curling up and trying to spell curl. Holy cow, my brain is fried. Anyway, HIT right here, HIT. I was like, what is going on? Anyway, HIT, again, it is going to try to curl up here next week, so keep an eye on it. Maybe tomorrow it tries to look like that bottom on it, so we'll keep an eye on this health in tech, and I'll look at Curaleaf. It's going to be over here because it is an OTCer, and that is right here, Curaleaf, and that's hitting that line pretty good, running up today. Look at that, 104, or it gapped up there because it closed at 98 yesterday, and it moved up a little bit, but I don't think it's getting through. It looks like it's pulling back right there for Curaleaf, and then it might dip down a little bit more. This is not Curaleaf, this is, but yeah, Curaleaf might take a little pullback right there. And anyway, I just happened to hop onto that. And let's take a look at that Newton Golf one, NWTG, and this one's a recent splitter right here. and we'll see, it's curling up and not looking bad. The only thing with this one, you have this trend line coming down, so it's almost like, does it want to wait for that? They haven't been waiting for anything right now, so maybe it pops up onto it and jumps. That's what you're looking at on NWTG, so we're going to keep an eye on that one, but it does look a lot better right there, trying to set up. So I would say keep an eye on NWTG, and it's another one that recently reverse split. The thing that's great about recent reverse splits, they're not going to reverse split on you again unless it's like Mullen, and they do it like, what was that one that did it a couple times? Was it BHAT? What one did it like 3 times in like couple days? It was crazy. I'd never seen anything. Was it BHAT that had like 3 offerings or some 2 offerings and a split in 2 weeks? It was wild. I forget which one that was, but yeah, that was a crazy one. I'd never seen anything like that before. But yeah, these things are splitting now and getting set up. They're beauty. So we will definitely be looking at that. And this thing right here, I'm telling you, it's just looking pretty good. It's pulling back. I've been watching it, and I just want to see. It has that pull back look, and I'm like, how far does it really want to get down here? But I'll watch it pull back, and I'll let you guys know if it starts to look any better, or try to curl up. Maybe tomorrow. It looks like that bottom might come in, so this one might be a great one too, MRM. So I'm gonna definitely be keeping an eye on that when I was watching it. And again, today I was just kind of posting the SPY, and I don't like to just post for no reason. If there's nothing really popping, obviously the poppers were already popping. Most of them we had already looked at, and the ones we didn't were already popped up, so it didn't really help at all. And I just kind of wanted to keep you updated on the SPY more or less, because it was jumping around and looking wild. I'm telling you, it was up and then down and then sideways and then all over the place. So I just wanted to let you know it looked like some healthy pullback. It still doesn't look bad. Still don't know if it's getting through tomorrow. I'm not that confident still, but I do think we are getting closer to that bottom, and obviously we'll go through them in a little bit. And Naya, this one recently reverse split, and we've been keeping an eye on this one, and it looks like that bottom came out on that reverse split. So watch this one as well to try to curl up. I was looking at it today. NAYA, I think it opened and closed around the same price there. It got up to 240, down to 215, and I do think that 194 was its bottom, and this thing might curl right through. Look at that look. So there's another one right there that you want to look at. And yeah, that's a reverse split from before. MRM, like I said, is looking good. NWTG, another one that had reverse split recently. Clue's another one, and that's another one we were looking at saying, this thing could just get set up at any moment. Look at it. Now it's starting to crawl. Guys, this thing could really run. And this is a form, this doesn't say reverse split here, but it definitely reverse split. And it says it right here. Mine says it March 3rd. And that's probably about when it did it, 1 for 80. And yeah, look at this thing. And you have some room up here. And look, I mean, this thing could gap up like crazy. So these things do it too, these Chinese ones. I'm telling you, Education and Training Service. I wonder if Trump canceling the the Department of Education today has any effect on any of these education ones. I'm not so sure, but it would be interesting to look at some of them. So maybe later we'll check them out, or I will tonight at some point and let you guys know if they're setting up for tomorrow. But yeah, this one, Clue, we've been watching it, and it did look much better today, and we'll keep an eye on CLEU. And let's take a look at, did I just skip a ton of them? I'm pretty sure I did. I went from hit to somewheres. I don't even know where I went, but TTD, I know we didn't even do that. I was just looking around like, where did all these ones go? Anyway, I know why, because I see the HII, and I thought that was hit, so I confused myself. Doesn't take much anymore with my brain injury, but here we go with Trade Desk. I'm telling you, this one looking good, guys. Look at it trying to crawl out of this basement. And we might get a nice little run up or a pop off if it can get out of there. It's got that weird look, and it did open at 56.04. It closed down a little higher at 55.95. Not too far off, a little flat, and again, just trying to stair step its way up out of that basement and not looking bad. I think this one could try to move. TTD, so we're keeping an eye on that one, and that's more of an option type one. And that RNAZ right here, let's take a look at that. And I'm sorry I just went out of order a little bit, but I realized I skipped some, and this one looks like it's setting up pretty good. This one reverse split or no, it didn't. It was just, it had a dip. Okay, I couldn't remember if this was a recent reverse split, and it didn't say it, but I don't see anything last year in November. So yeah, back there. So nope. Alrighty, so we're down here, and that's curling up, guys, and wants to get through, and very well could, and has been hopping up on the scanner. So another one to keep a really good eye on is RNAZ. And LMT, no way in it. LMT is Lockheed Martin, and it's been nice. And remember what I was saying the other day? Let it get set up right here. I think after tomorrow, it might pull back there, and next week it's going to roll right off. So I think your LMT might be a really good one for next week. You can see how much it pulls back tomorrow, and it may be a great opportunity for next week again to get moving back up. And that NOC, Northrop Grumman, was down a little bit, and another one looks like it's just getting set up, and they run up and then they pull back and come back to the MACD here and then roll right off and go back up higher. So that's the pattern you're looking at, and that's exactly what they are doing. And good old high right here, HII, Huntington Ingalls Industry, and I thought it said a hit. That's why I jumped around right there. But it is pulling back, and another one hit that resistance up there. You're pulling back. Look at it setting up, so you might come down in this area and even a little lower. So we'll take a look at HII, and again, might be a great one for next week. But it does look like it's going to be pulling back some, and it could get down into this area as that 20 pulls up and then catches it. So that's what you're looking at with them, guys. And let's look at gold right here, GOLD, because that's pulling back, and it did look like it was topping right there as it was hitting up here. A little bit of pullback, and then it's going to roll off that MACD. Just watch for a little bit of pullback tomorrow if you see any on gold, GOLD. Yeah, you can see it wants to pull back down a little bit. I doubt it's going to cross down, but it's probably going to try to roll right off next week, like I'm saying. So that's something you want to keep an eye on right there. GOLD, maybe a little pullback tomorrow. And finger right here, FNGR, finger motion. We were watching it. It ran up today, and then today it was running up, but it kind of pulled back. So I just wanted to take a quick look at it. You can see it ran up there, and it did run up in the pre-market. And again, look where our high is right here, 159 for today. And it did run up in the pre-market to 175. So you would just have no idea that it ran up right there on finger motion. So you couldn't base anything off of the FinViz chart, but on here it did at 4 a.m. You would have known, and yeah, it was running up there early. FNGR, remember we were talking about it here. I said keep your finger on it, and boom. So that was a nice one right there because it was at 142 at that close, and then it got up to 175 today, and it's at 155 right now. So could be pulling back, and another one could be pulling back to set up for FNGR, but we put our finger right on that one as it was moving, and this one as well, LSE, we had way down here as it was running up there, and there's another big one. It had pulled back and ran up, kind of ran up and pulled back. Wait, let's see, hold on. I thought it was running up. Maybe it oh wait, yesterday it ran up. It didn't run up today. It pulled back. I thought it did run up today, but I am definitely mistaken. And so it opened at 1060 and then went up to 1135 and came down. I do remember seeing it this morning, and maybe that's what I was looking at. It was up, from its open, but it wasn't really necessarily up from yesterday where it got up to 1680. So you may be seeing some good pullback right there as I look at it now, because it definitely got up there, hit that resistance, and is coming back down out of that bottom. We'll see if it wants to catch itself on LSE. And that's why you definitely can't chase ones too much, or any of them, when they're running up in the top like that, unless we know that look. But that's like, you already had that momentum. It popped up, and I know it was right there already. It popped up and then came right down. So we had that played out. and that was LSE. And this one we just happened to jump on the other day on accident, and TOPS did jump up like I was talking about in that channel right there. Look at that bad boy. You want to see what they do? That's what 611 right up there in the 625. It went 612 to 634. So exactly what you want to see and exactly what we were talking about. And we happened to just click on this one. I thought it was one TOP the other day, so then we looked at this and said, wow, this is looking good, and bam, there you go. 2 days later, it's jumping up for you, and that is TOPS, Top Ships. And that TOP right here is just kind of pulling back, and we were looking at it was jumping up, and then it's just kind of pulling back, but we'll wait and see what it wants to do right there. But Top Ships was a good one just to click on, and bam, there you go. AREB, I'm telling you, this thing's trying to get set up. It's just waiting. It was trying to do it yesterday. It's just pulling back a little bit, and maybe, and we'll look at it. Hold on, let me see what it did in the after hours here. It does look like it's trying to bottom out there. I think we just had to be super patient. We'll look at AREB in the morning there and tomorrow, because I think that could be a really good setup coming up. And this Starbucks STBX right here, Starbucks Group, was looking pretty good. It was trying to run up today. It wasn't doing a whole lot. Oh, it was down 4 cents. When did it pull back there? Let me look at it. 24 up to 25. It came down to 20 and closed at 20 and a half. I'm not sure how long it was down there, but still not looking bad, guys. I mean, it's in that spot where it could definitely pop off tomorrow or next week. So I would keep an eye on that Starbucks, the STBX right there, and that BTOG, Bit Origin right here. There we go, BTOG. And this thing does look like, remember we were talking about it, trying to pull back and roll back off. Did it run up a little bit? Ran up a little bit today, but yeah, I'd keep an eye on it because it is trying to roll off here. So let's watch it try to get back in this channel. And remember, this one made a ridiculous move from like 24 to $2.05 right there. I don't know if it'll make that crazy of a move, but it definitely got moving. Maybe it'll try to jump up to here to 62 and a half or something, but we'll see what it wants to do. But not looking bad for BTOG, and we'll look at it and see if it can get cruising. And Hoo-Hoo, this is a great one we looked at last night, and it did run up today. Remember, I said it had a great name and it was looking good. And look at it, bam, 445 to 522 today. I did see that, and it was moving there, and it closed at 519. So remember, I don't even know who told us Hoo-Hoo. I have no idea how we even came across that one, but I just remember the name was great, and it looked good. And then there you are. It looked good for a reason, because it jumped up today. So that was that look that you got that I was saying looked good, and we'll have to look at it tomorrow. You could get a little bit of run up in here, but can't guarantee you like I did last night. I told you that thing was nice. And this thing, HKPD, guys, I was keeping an eye on this. Did it run up in the after hours? Let me see. I didn't even. HKPD, 140 to 155. No, it says it's down. And yeah, I'm watching this thing to see what it wants to do, because Laptop Travel was saying it was part of them, that one company that underwrote all them other ones that ran like HKD and them crazy ones is involved with this thing. And these China one, or Hong Kong, China, whatever, they get crazy sometimes, guys. So we will keep an eye on that. This HKD was a France one. I always thought it was a China one, but it's a France one. I thought it was a China one probably because it ran like over $2,000 one time. It was insane. We went back and looked at it last night, and it is I mean, it's just kind of pulling back, not doing anything crazy right now. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that HKPD and see when this gets set up right here. It's a fairly new one, so we'll look at that and see if it does want to have an epic run. And FBGL right here did run up today. And who was all over this? Scott's all over this one, I believe, if I'm correct. And 91 at 118, and it was moving. And this is that new one we've been looking at. And again, you could just see it wanted to curl up. I'm not going to say I was all about it, but because it's so new, but you could just kind of see that it was crawling up there, and we were talking about it had to get up here, and it definitely got up there, and it's trying to poke its way out of the basement. So see tomorrow, it does look pretty strong right there. So there you go with FBGL, and I saw a couple people actually did have it, so good for that. Good for you guys. That's awesome. And there you go. And again, you pick the ones that you like Scott, and you see what works for you guys, and then you run with them. So that's what you want to do, and that works. And HKD is a China stock. They used the Paris address, but it was underwritten by that same China underwriters. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel. That clears it up. I always thought it was a China stock. I mean, you don't see French stocks run up like that. So, yeah, so that answers that right there. Appreciate that. And FBGL running up. Check it out some more. See what it wants to do tomorrow. If it wants to keep going. And the SAG, we were all over this too, guys. We were definitely talking about it last night and saying watch that momentum play, and look what it did today, 96 to 59. But not only that, it did close at 99. It opened at 96 and then went to 159, and it's back at 96. So, and honestly, I'm not sure if it's going to run up there. It has that look like it could go either way. So we'll have to look at it tomorrow. If it's trying to move into this channel right here, it could be popping up a little bit more right there. But another one we saw last night, and there you go for that popper and ALLR. We were watching this a little bit, and this one we watched for a while. This was the first one that went in the basement and came out for us. And let's take a look at it. It's trying to roll off again. Once they get over and they hit that MACD, they try to roll off. It's in that channel right there, so I have to take a look at it and see if it's trying to get out. And look at it, it's just staying in there at the moment. We'll make sure it does. That looks like it could have bottomed. Well, that was its bottom right there, so we'll make sure it wants to stay above this area. And that is ALLR. I don't think it'll be popping tomorrow, but it is trying to get set up right there in that spot. And AGH is another one, guys, we were looking at last night, and we were saying keep an eye on this thing as well. This thing's looking good. AGH, and we were looking at this the other day when it was down here. I know that, and it jumped up, but yeah, it didn't look bad. 92 to 114. It's back to 84. What did this have it at? Oh, it did. Again, I don't even look at that. So they did have it pulling back in the after hours, and it is right around that price. But yeah, we'll still have to look at it because it's just kind of curling up here, and it's brand new and took a dip down. So we'll look at that and see if we have a good idea if what it wants to do. And this DEVS dev stream, and we had watched this thing before, and I think we got like a quick pop-up on it real fast, and it's a Toronto Canadian pollution one. That's what it was, I remember. Well, not really until I just saw it, but DEVS, I do remember now that I see it, and DEVS, let's see, 40 to 51 and back to 36, so it's right down there under that. We'll have to look at it. It doesn't even look bad either, so it is running around in this channel right here, and we'll have to take a look at that tomorrow, just see what it wants to do, get a better idea on DEVS. And let's look at another one we were super early for, guys, and knew this was getting ready. This has been on the list, and we were talking about it running recently. And WINT, it did run up today, 172 to 348, and it closed at 197. And again, that's not even looking too bad. So we'll have to see what it wants to do tomorrow. That's saying, well, it definitely pull back, but I'm not sure when that was. I guess it was in the after hours. So what it closed at? Well, just see, they tell you that it closed. We'll be able to tell. It closed up at 218 at 4 o'clock, and then I guess at 6:30 it came down. So I guess that's how you can tell. But again, I would rather just tell me the accurate pricing. And there you are at 197. And again, we'll look at it. It was a 214, so it was up here, and it wasn't even over that or over there anyway. So not a big deal. And it did run up to 348 right there. So there you go. It went, and we'll have to look. It could stay in the basement. We'll have to see tomorrow what it wants to do for WINT and that GCTK. Let's see. This thing was starting to pop up in the after hours or at the end of the day right there, and it looks like even the after hours. GCTK 39.5 all the way to 54, and it's at 50. And like I said, it was starting to curl up in the after hours, and that one's running up. We'll have to look at it tomorrow and see what it's up to right there. So GCTK GlucoTrack, I don't know if they had news the 19th. They did something yesterday, it looks like. Not sure what it was, and we'll have to look at it, like I said, because it did run up in that after hours, and nothing crazy. So watch it in the morning, because it could keep that momentum right there for GCTK, and we'll look at it and see what it wants to do. And let's see what Acon wants to do. This one had run up the other day, Clarion, and then it's been pulling back right there. It did pop up right there, and kind of just running flat, but doesn't look too bad. Like it does want to curl up. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's trying to. It's a little bit flat right there, so we'll keep an eye on it. It wasn't that good spot, ran up, and now we'll have to see if it can get curled up. It's not showing me it absolutely wants to. I mean, it's trying to, so I can take a look at that tomorrow and see what that wants to do. And GDHG is definitely a China one, right? GDHG. Yeah, that Golden Heaven group, and that thing was crawling up today, up 18 cents. Remember, this is that one we've always talked about before that can just get moving, these China ones, and it's in that channel and crawling up and not looking bad, so keep an eye on it. And again, the that China large cap ETF was coming down, whatever it is. What is it, DXF or something? Is that what it is? Or am I crazy? DFX? I forget what it is. China large cap, whatever it is. FXI. I wasn't even close, was I? Where'd I get D at? But whatever. This is definitely it, FXI. So I'm sure Laptop Travel is probably shooting it over here, because I know he knows it offhand. But I definitely didn't know. And it came down $1.10. Remember, we were saying it topped out there? Would have been a pretty good one to short down. And still, we'll see if it drops through that line. It could really come down, come through there. So, yeah, the China large caps not looking so great. And that's perfectly fine with us. And SYTA and some of these small cap China ones will really pop up. They'll do the reverse. And SYTA was curling up right there. Someone sent that over, and I looked at it and said, wow, that looks pretty good right there. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. Look at it trying to curl up right here and maybe bottomed out back here at that 182. So not looking bad. It's at 210. So keep an eye on SYTA right there. I did like that one. UFG, let's see this one right here. This is a fairly new one, and it's right at the top. It's kind of like I wouldn't mess with it unless it really got in the top and caught momentum right there. So that's just what it looks like to me. And again, it could do it, but I can't promise you anything. And again, it's got to get up over here and really have that momentum where you catch that real fast pop up on it. And that's what I would look for that, because that UFG is already up there. And SGD, Safe and Green Development, was trying to curl up a little bit today. Let's see what it was doing. SGD it was. And it is in that channel, and that's why it's running up there. So 141 to 146 at 136, and your channel's right here at 128 up to about 151. So I would expect it to stay in there the way it looks. So maybe you come up a little bit or even bounce down. But again, in that channel, getting set up, and it looks not bad just to get set up like that. Icon, ICON, another one we had been looking at, ran up today, that one day, and then it's been pulling back here. And let's see what ICON can do. Let's see. Yeah, it's not looking that great at the moment, but we can definitely take a look at it. That did look like it might have tried to bottom out, and it's just pulling back. So it looks like more or less healthy pullback to try to get set up. Your 20's up here, 15 cents. And yeah, I'd have to look at Icon tomorrow. It could start to get curled up right there on that look. And yeah, I'll look at that. WGRX. And this thing looks like it's been running up there, and this is a fairly new one as well, February 21st, and it's been running up another one. You better make sure that thing's going to bust through the into the into the top there. Couldn't even think of the top. And yeah, I'm not sure if it will. 417 to 619. It's back at 480. I'd have to look at it in the morning, but look and see if it has that momentum right there. And if, like I'm saying, if it hits that top, it could bounce back. But if it can run right through it, you could get a lot of momentum right there to move up. And that's what you'd be looking at this point for WGRX. And how about Genius Group, GNS right here? And this is down a penny, but appears to be setting up right there. This is an education and training one in Singapore. Interesting. And GNS, yeah, it's not looking too bad right there. So we'll keep an eye on that, see if it can, it might bounce around, but get up over this 20 and then try to get up to that 50 right there. So we'll have to keep an eye on GNS right for that look. And EONR, let's see. That one's been cruising up. Didn't we look at this the other day, I believe? I don't really remember, but it does look familiar, EONR, but look at that in that channel just running it up right there. So expect it to try to stay in there. Maybe it runs up a little bit and pulls back, but I don't think it's going to get through that channel tomorrow. And here's another one. It ran up. Where to get up to? It's at 63 cents. Where are we at? Up, see? It's at 62. It shows it in the after hours run up there, so it's not too far off of there. It didn't look like it was that close, but their 50's all the way up there. But it did run up to 72 right there, and it's at 63. And you wouldn't really know it ran up to 72. That's what I was looking at. So there you go with that one. And there's EONR right there. And yeah, I'd keep an eye. Maybe it can, like I said, I don't know. It had that run up and you can't tell on there, but it hit that 50. So expect it to try to stay in there is what I'm thinking. But we'll look at that tomorrow. It did have that that run up. And is this EMED or is it FMED? I don't even know what it is. FMED, I guess. That's an ETF. And it is curled through. I don't even know. Is that what I wrote? It looks like EMED is what I think I wrote, and it could be one of these. There you go. I thought that was familiar. I kind of remember this. Maybe it used, maybe not. That's way. I mean, it very well could have been on the regular market and then got delisted and looks like this. I can't really tell. When I tell you guys, I can't really tell. Look at this chart. What the hell even goes on here? Like, it's insane because it has the 3 pennies there, and it's just crazy. I guess people do trade these, but I just don't get into them, and I just don't even know what the heck's going on here because it just looks absurd to me. So now you guys can see what I'm looking at when I say I have no idea what this thing wants to do. Yeah, I just don't know. That's not the chart. This is EMED, and there you go with EMED. So like I say, I'll look at any OTCs or any chart, but I can't guarantee you with the OTCs. I can tell you what's going to do. Some of them have a normal looking chart and it's easy, and then some look like this and it looks like a bunch of stairs, like someone's doing construction to me. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on right here. So it just makes my head spin. So yeah, I don't know what the heck it's doing. And so that is EMED and VAYK. What is that one? Where did these come from? Hold on. I'm trying to see. That's what it looks like. It must be another OTC. I'm just making sure I can see what I wrote. Yeah, it's another OTC. Now this one has a more normal chart, so you can see this one. This one has the 2 zeros. It ran up today. I probably wouldn't trust it on that look right there, but you can at least kind of see it was halfway normal. So I'm not so sure it's going to be running up more there. But there's 2 OTCs. Is this an OTC 10 IBO? Let me see. IBO. That doesn't look like one. Doesn't look like it's. Oh, here it is. Impact Biomedical. Here we are. Right? Yeah. This one's good. This one ran up today already, it looks like. Yeah, I don't know if this thing's going to stay up there. I mean, we'd have to look at it in the morning to see if it wants to keep that momentum. It's hitting that resistance there, so I can't guarantee anything on that one, IBO. It's a tough one to look at right there, and just a tough one to gauge if it really wants to keep the momentum. Kind of wants to, but it's hitting resistance, so you can't really tell on IBO. And PSTV right here, Plus Therapeutics ran up right there. They do have earnings coming up, and another one, look, it didn't even cross through barely, and it touched all the way up there. I'm not expecting it to really run around, but it was a pretty good pop-up today, so we'll have to watch. And it did get into that channel, and like I said, I did see this 51 to 208. It was moving there, so we'll keep an eye on PSTV and see if it can keep some momentum right there in the morning. That's pretty much what you'd be looking at that one, is the momentum, if it can keep it, because again, it did stay in that channel for the most part and doesn't look too bad at that 105 area. So there you go. And this one has it all the way up here, but probably back down there right at 105-ish. And that's PSTV. And LITM, this was trying to move today as well. And I know we talked about this one before. And look at that, in that channel popping up. And you might get a little run up tomorrow on this thing just because it looks good. So watch it and see if it can even get through there. It might keep the momentum and get through. And that's LITM. So that's another one we had been early for. And this one looks good, guys. We were talking about this the other day, this computer hardware one, Z-Space. I added it to the computer hardware list, didn't I? No, I meant to, though. Let me do it now because I meant to do it. ZSPC. And this one's not looking too bad, I must say. They do have earnings coming up at the end of the month on Friday, next Friday. And it's on that trend line right there. Look at it curling up and not looking bad. Like I said, ZSPC right there. Yeah, it could easily curl through your 20s up here. It's at 1010, and it does not look bad to me. So I would keep an eye on that one as well. And it's a pretty new one, I believe, right? Yeah, it's pretty new. Opened like December 5th right there. And it is a USA computer hardware. So keep your eyes on ZSPC. I'm not sure what they're up to, but they could be in Z-Space soon, I could say, because it's not looking bad right there. And then let's look at Chris. What's he doing? CHRS Coherus Biosciences. And this one's getting set up, guys. So this one could easily curl through right there now that we know they can do it. And some of these absolutely can. So, yeah, keep an eye on CHRS. That one's getting set up. We'll see if it wants to bounce off, but I don't know. It might go right through and pop up. And IVDA, let's see what that's up to. IVDA. It was in that channel and jumped over it. You might be pulling back with that look. It didn't look like it caught the momentum today to keep moving. I'd have to look at it tomorrow. Maybe it's run up a little bit of pullback, but I'd have to look at that. IVDA, Security and Protection Services in the USA. And again, just a little healthy pullback. Doesn't look terrible to me right there. So I'd have to look at that tomorrow and let you know what it looked like. I don't know if it's going to go popping, but I'd have to look at it. And that's IVDA. And let's look at PEV. Here we go with Phoenix Motor. This one's dipping down right here. You can see it coming back down. And here's PEV. I do remember this ran up not long ago, obviously, but I do remember taking days of it running up. And did it pop up to like 88 to its high today? Then it's probably definitely coming down on that look. What the heck is going on? This thing don't even have it close to there. It has it at like 69. And this thing jumped up from like it's open and probably went up at 4 a.m. And you wouldn't even know, guys. So again, another one. You would have no idea and probably topped out. And it's probably coming back down, it looks like. And that's PEV. Are these the right dates? March 20th? And yeah, they are. And yeah, it must have jumped up there. I wasn't looking at it, but that's what it looks like to me. And obviously, you'd have no idea on FinViz what it did. But anyway, here we are with some reverse splitters from Laptop Travel. He gave us a few more. And let's just take a quick look and see if they're getting set up, because this one certainly is. I don't know when it reverse split or if it is coming up. I'm not exactly sure. He just said, here's a list of reverse splitters, and I don't see anything on here. But let's just look at this thing real quick. ANGI. Oh, wait. Yeah, ANGI, that's what it is. Angie Inc. And I don't see anything, but it looks like it's trying to curl up there. I might keep an eye on it, but I don't see a reverse split. And GRFX, let's look at this one right here. This one looks like it's popping up. And I don't really see one on there either. I don't see a reverse split here either. That just like went nutty today, didn't it? 24 to 34, and it's up there. But yeah, I definitely don't see that bad boy reverse splitting anytime soon on that. So I'm not sure about that either. Let me see. JagX, they could be. They do like the reverse split, but I don't see it on there. And they did announce it on March 18th, so they are reverse splitting here. And let's see. Boom, boom. I don't know what day. March 24th, 1 for 25. On Monday, March 24th is the effective date right there. So they will be. So we'll watch JagX way down there. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And our Lion, didn't that announce it the other day and it had taken a dip or something? I kind of remember. I could be wrong, but I don't see it. I kind of remember that happening, or someone mentioned it anyway. I don't. You guys can remind me, but it's not looking bad right there at 9 cents. And I do kind of feel like it was like an offering or something happened. I don't see it right there, but we could look that up for the Lion, LGHL, and NEG, NEGG. Let's see. I don't see this one at all saying it right there. Let's look. No, I don't know. I don't see any of these really, but we'll take a look at them anyway. And that one could be just pulling back. They do have a reverse split. It might be coming up soon. And let me see, SBEV. I can run my scanner. It'll come up with anything really reverse split. And this one might have done it. Yeah, this one's definitely doing it right there. You could see that one with that dip down. And that one will take effect on March 27th. So that's next Thursday. So, yeah, you got some days for SBEV right there. And let's see, what was that last one right there. And this one, VRPX. I know we were looking at this VRPAX. It did dip down, and they're going to reverse split. And they definitely announced it. And that one's going to be effective on March 20th. So that one should do it. Did it do it today? Let's look at it. It might have done it today, huh? I don't see it, but it might have done it. Let's see, VRPX. I don't see the prices change. It wouldn't be at 9 cents, so it's going to do it right there, take effect. So there you go. We'll take a look at that VRPX. That looks like a good reverse splitter. And there you go with them bad boys. Let's look at our laptop travel list. Let me know what you guys want to look at, and we'll go through the messages and see what's up with them. And I'll take a look. Oh, there's a reverse split. He did post them. Oh, the dates, some of them are a little further away. That's why. Gotcha. Thank you, Laptop Travel, for clearing that up. I just reposted it. So the ones I went through, he posted the dates, so some of them didn't really have the dates. They're like next week, some of them. So we'll keep an eye on it, keep that list tight, and we'll keep an eye on them as they reverse split right there. So that's why I wasn't really seeing them, because this thing it pops them up like a day or two before. That's all. So there you go with that. So that clears that up. And let's see. I saw on Stockwoods complaining about FinViz because he missed seeing the CYCU pop to 80 cents in pre-market. He's like, why do I pay for this crap? Yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy, guys. It is the most bizarre thing ever that it just, you miss it. You're not going to see anything, to be completely honest with you. You're just really not. And because the market's moving at 4 a.m. CYCU, it did pop this morning. I was talking about it, and Barb was posting it. But yeah, I was talking about that, and it opened at 69. It ran right up to 80 today, and back at 70. So I mean, it doesn't look bad for CYCU, but you could have traded out of it or did whatever. We were in it early, and you would just have no clue what's going on if you just looked at FinViz. Like, it's just on another. It's like in another galaxy with times, like with pricing right there, and the times that it runs. Like, I just don't understand how they don't know that the markets run from 4 a.m. now to 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. is not odd anymore. I mean, they're doing it overnight. It's like an overnight thing. It's like 24 hours, and they're still locked in at 9:30 to 4 p.m. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you guys are like one of the biggest charting companies, and you just don't understand the market's completely changed, and you just haven't pivoted with it, like, at all. Like, zero. It's wild. I just don't understand how a company does that. Anyway, enough of that FinViz and not keeping up on technology, I guess. But here we go. Let's go through our laptop travel list, and you guys let me know what you want to see, because I'll go through and look at them. And I see a few right here. So, yeah, we'll get through them. And let me just pop through our list and we'll get through that first. And then we'll go through whatever you guys want to see. So, AT. I can't even read my writing because it's not a T. I can tell. Is that an I or a J? I have no idea what AIMD, I guess, right? AIMD. All right, AIMD. I apologize. If I can't read my writing, I don't know how you guys do, but my apologies. AIMD. I think I write it clear until I start trying to look at it here, and I'm like, I can't even understand what I wrote. But that one's not looking bad. You could get a run up on that tomorrow. Look at that thing getting into that channel real nice. So I would keep an eye on it. RTW, AR, let me slow down. ARTW, Artway Manufacturing. And we've been watching this one. It's just a little bounce around, but it looks like it crawled up today and jumped up a little bit. I don't know if it's ready, but look at that. It's in the channel. And again, maybe you're going to get that roll off. So we'd have to look at that tomorrow. But it did jump up a little bit today. AUUD. Now this one's trying to get set up right here, guys. We'll look at it tomorrow. We'll see. It's got to get up onto that 33 cents into that channel there and onto that trend line. And then it could get cruising. So we'll look at AUUD and see when it wants to get set up. And BTTR, let's look at Better Choice Company. That was moving today, it looks like. Let me see. BTTR, yeah, look, I would look at that tomorrow as well, guys. You could have a nice little pop up on BTTR tomorrow. You see that in that channel, and look for it at 191. It's at 170, so that could move as well. And CDE right here, that's down 14 cents. It's been running up right there. That's that gold mining one. Okay, now I see, because I was like, this looks familiar. And yeah, just a little healthy pullback, just like I thought with the other gold one. And CDE, yeah, I don't know if it's really going to even get back into the channel, but if it does, the 20 is going to catch it and pull it up. So that's your CDE, and the gold ones kind of look like that. CHNR, that China Natural Resources, might be one to look at. It's getting set up, guys, and I remember this one had run big before a couple times, and look, these are two of them, but I remember back here it ran, I don't remember exactly what the date was, but I remember us looking at it and it having a pretty nice run up, and that thing's looking pretty good. Yeah, I don't remember because that's, yeah, could have been back there. Who knows? Who cares? And we're just looking at it now, and it's looking really good. So keep an eye on that CHNR. You can see it getting set up. So I would watch that, and that could be a really good one for next week as well. And CMND, let's see what that Clear Mind Medicine. I remember looking at this. This looks good. It's getting into that channel right there. CMND. There we go. Clear Mind. And it's hitting a little resistance right there, but trying to break through it again. I don't see it being too bad. It's going to get into this channel and then try to get cruising back up. So not looking bad there for CMND. Clear Mind Medicine, and we'll keep an eye on that one. And this DTCK, this Davis Commodities, makes me crack up every time I look at that stock ticker. I mean, he picked that one out perfectly, because I mean, you look at it, what do you think of? And there you go. I mean, you can only think of one word when you see something like that. You're just like, what? Like, that's crazy. I'm amazed that they even let them do it. And they're kind of strict with things like that. So he definitely beat the system on that, because it definitely, I mean, definitely grabs your attention when you see that thing on a list. DTCK. And so yeah, it could be a t-shirt, and get away with just walking around like that. Anyway, curling up, not looking bad to get into a channel right there for a good old DTCK, Davis Commodities. And so yeah, where did he get the D for the T from for DT? I could see the C, maybe even the K thrown, but where'd the T come from? It's like, I don't even get it. Davis Commodities, DTCK. It's great. I love it. It's from Singapore, so I guess they got away with it. And anyway, it's pretty good, and it's trying trying to get up into that channel, and I just laugh every time we look at it because, like I said, I'm just amazed that they let them do that. There's certain ones that have totally been turned down, and they just don't let them use the letters as certain tickers. You will never see like ass and BUTT. You won't see certain ones. Maybe Trump would let them, but they've never been allowed before, and I even doubt that he would. So, yeah, there's certain stock tickers that you'll just never see letters that they just won't do it. And again, that one's kind of one of them ones that I'm surprised because anything that's even looks like something like that, they usually don't allow. They're usually pretty strict. But anyway, good stuff right there for DTCK, and we'll keep an eye on them. ENTO, let's look at it. Entero or something, Therapeutics, and that's trying to set up. It's not ready yet, but it's trying to get set up. It may have a week or two left in it. You can see it's in that channel, and it's going to just kind of hang out, and then it's really going to get set up. So maybe it jumps up here and then gets set up, and that area is about 65 cents. So keep an eye on this ENTO, not looking bad right there. And again, just watch it. Should come down and try to curl off that MACD right there for ENTO. And good old FLYE group. This one's in that channel, been in there, and just let it keep setting up, and then you know when it's going to pop when they meet together. Jumped up a little today out of there, 53. It must have gapped up or something. Let me see. It closed at 49, opened at 53. There you go. It gapped up and then came down to 47, but still in that channel. So it's going to stay in there probably and keep running around and then get set up to get flying. And good old game, but not GAM. It's GAME. Let's look at this. This one is just kind of, it's a equity close-end fund. And yeah, it's nothing great. And then I tried to type in GameStop, but we'll get to the GAME right here. GameSquare Holdings. And let's see what it's doing. Just a little bit flat. In that channel right there, I mean, nothing too crazy. You can see it's been in there. It's been a pretty easy trade. We might even said that yesterday because we've been looking at it, that it might just run right in that channel. And there you go, 83, and in that channel's at like 77. So you could have had an easy trade right there. But again, a lot of these are great ones for that reason too, and then they get set up and then they pop off. Genprex, GNPX. This one seems to be trying to get set up. We were looking at it the other day. I know it did run up and then tried to, but pull back in the last 2 days. It might try to crawl off that MACD, get back moving. So I'd keep an eye on Genprex right there. Might not move tomorrow, but could be a good one for next week again. And good old Kirkland's. I remember looking at this, and this one's trying to get rolling. Look at it making a base, and your 20 is going to try to curl it up right there. Might be another one for next week. You can see that. So we'll keep an eye on Kirk and see what he's up to. A home improvement retail company right there, and I would say it's going to try to at least get up here. It should up to that $1.44, maybe even push up to $1.50. So you can keep an eye on Kirk right there. And KITA, what is that one? KTTA is, I know it wasn't a KITA. This looks more familiar. KTTA, and that did jump up a little bit into that 20. Let me see right here. Yeah, not looking too bad. Like I said, jumped up into the 20. It was trying to the other day, getting set back up. And let's see if it can start moving. There's a nice little space there from 118 into the 170s on KTTA. So we'll keep an eye on that. I don't know if it's has to get through here at 140s first. And it could try to get curled up, and it will probably stay in that little pocket. So that could be a great one to keep an eye on and just trade around if it does it. And KZIA, this one's trying to get set up, and it could pop off at any moment. So I would keep an eye on that. That's always a nice look like that, guys. If not tomorrow, next week, that's going to be a good one. And MTVA, I remember looking at MetaVia, and let's see, that one's getting to be in a great spot too, guys. So let's see what MTVA, MetaVia, it was running up. I remember 159 to 148. It's at 149. See it pull back and get rolling off this MACD again, and it'll get really cruising, especially if it can stay there like another day or so and set up into next week. Definitely want to keep an eye on MTVA. And MB, is it Y or X? I think it's an X. There you go. It's an X. And here we are. It's flat right there, but got into the channel and not bad. Actually, could just kind of cruise up a little bit tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be popping, but should stay up there and get moving. And that's got a pretty big channel to check out. And that is NVX. And I think I was supposed to do like NB something, so I don't even know where that came from. Let's see, NBY. Maybe that was what I was looking at. NBY. I don't even know where I came up with NVX, but we looked at it anyway. And how about NBY? Let's look at this one right here. This one looks like it's going to curl back up, huh? That looks much better than the last one we just looked at. It's 62 to 64. It's back to 60, though. It don't look as good in the after hours. Oh, it said it pulled back. I wasn't looking. And I'll look at MBY and see what that's up to. OTRK, it looked better at first. OTRK on track. This one's on track to get moving, I would say. Let's take a look at this. OTRK. Yeah, it's been on track to move up. 156, it gapped up there. Well, it gapped up a penny. But anyway, it's not bad. It's going to stay in this channel right here tomorrow, that's for sure. So you can check it out. See if it wants to run up to this 50 area at that 160. And not a whole lot of running, but it could move around a little bit. And let's see what SUGP is up to. SU Group, and this one's actually looking really good right here. So keep an eye on this one for tomorrow. This one could be a little bit of runner. Let's see. Yeah, it's not looking bad. 79, almost 80 up to 83, and that's where it's at. You can keep an eye on that to try to run. And THAR, let's see. That one looks like it's running 143 to 155, and actually looks pretty good right there. Let me just see it. And yeah, that one doesn't look bad. I'd keep an eye on this. THAR, THAR, that's looking pretty good as well. And UK, I know we've looked at before. If I could type it in right, here we are. And what's it doing? It is a crazy chart right there. UK, Ucommune or something. That's Ucommune International is what it's called. And look at it. It bounces up and down. We've looked at it before. And it is trying to curl up. It is hitting that resistance right there. So I'm not so sure it will get moving. Look at that. It opened and closed at that 112 right there. So just a difficult one to see right now. But there you go at UK in your laptop travel list right there. And let's go ahead and look at our Jolie's Jams. I think the last one, Symbotic, was looking pretty good. Yeah, remember we were saying this was getting set up? This actually isn't looking too bad right here for Symbotic. So keep an eye on SYM right here. It's hitting up at that 20 and trying to curl up. So we'll see as it gets set up right there. We'll do the list backwards. And then Rivian right here, RIVN, it took a dip right there. It couldn't get through the 20 and pulled back, went flat as it crossed through. So we're going to have to see what Rivian's up to right here. I don't know what it's trying to do, but like I said, it crossed through and then it got smacked down. So maybe it'll try to get through there, but we'll have to look at Rivian. And then that Sterling Infrastructure. Remember, we liked this thing. It was moving up yesterday. It was moving up a little more today. And keep your eye on good old Sterling because I think it does want to run up to that 50. This thing was at 200 not long ago and took a major pullback and wants to kind of run up there. So you can keep an eye on Sterling. And good old Sezzle right here. That was up a little bit. Let me see what it's doing right here. It's just trying to get set up in this little area, and then it is crawling up, so Sezzle's not looking too bad. SEZL, oh, wait, let's see. It ran up 294. It gapped up. It sure did. It closed at 230. Sezzle gapped up to 294 today. Does it even say anything like that? Oh, my God. Look at this thing. Can you imagine you paid for this thing and this is what it tells you? Then I had no idea. I really didn't even know. It gapped up to 294 and came back to 232. And yeah, this thing has it back at 235. And you would just never even have known. So if you had it, you would have been like, what? It did what today? And yeah, 4 a.m. I guess. I really didn't see it though it either. But Finviz definitely didn't see it. They were lost. Trendspider kept up on it though. They knew what happened. So there you are. Sezzle. We'll see, and it still don't look bad. What's it trying to do? A splitter? I don't even know what the heck that would be, but I don't know. We'll keep an eye on this one and say, oh, wait, today the lightning round Waste Management's a super strong buy, says Jim Cramer, I don't know if they do waste management. It said credit services, so I have no idea what this company does. We know they don't have options, though. But anyway, there you go. That's what it's doing. I just know that FinViz had no idea that it ran the 294 today. I just know that. Anyway, Seth Sezzle, and here's Blink, BLNK, Blink charging right here. And, yeah, it's pulling back to that 20, but not looking bad. It had run up yesterday. And let's see what BLNK is up to here. And just a little pullback. We'll see if it can stay up there tomorrow. If not, it might be in a little bit of trouble there. So we'll have to look at that one. And good old Agrify was trying to get moving here. It ran up, I remember these days. And it is curling back up. Look, runs up, pulls back, tries to curl back up. And Agrify not looking bad right there. It's in that channel. And let's see if it can get actually cruising. So there you go. It's your Jolie's Jams. And that is your Agrify as well. So there you go with them bad boys. And we'll keep on cruising. I'll hit the SPY, the big caps, our crypto. Real quick, we'll knock that stuff out, and then we'll go through and see what you guys want to see. So here we go with that, and let's take a look and see what's going on. And like I said, just leave some comments or post up anywhere you want, and I'll take a look at it. I don't really see anything on the YouTube or anything, but on the other stream, it looks like they're all coming in on the right on the X feed, so that's perfectly fine. And again, I'm just getting used to live streaming. We live streamed every show this week, and then we'll wrap it up tomorrow live streaming the pre-market show at 7 a.m. So go ahead and join us at 7 a.m. It'll be the last show for the week, and we do them Sunday night through Friday mornings, and 9 p.m. night shows, 7 a.m. are our pre-market shows. So we are very consistent. We don't miss any days, that's for sure. And here you go. That was your Jolie's Jams right there. And let's look at that SPY, because we were talking about it earlier. And look at this thing hitting that MACD, trying to pull back. I wasn't convinced it was completely ready. And maybe we have that one more pullback. Look, that 20's over it. Pull it back right there one last time, and then maybe next week we can really get set up. I mean, that's what it kind of looks like, to be honest with you. That's where we've been. And again, every time I say I'm not really that confident it's going through, it's not going through. It's been bouncing down. So we'll look at it tomorrow morning. You know that. We'll know exactly. So I've been keeping you updated and letting you know what it looks like. Good old Apple was down. And again, nothing terrible. It's just, it's trying to curl up, came down. I think that bottom's in right here. I think you might see some pullback, but it might not be anything that crazy. So we're keeping an eye on it. Amazon was down a little bit. And I'm telling you what, I think Amazon's about to get cruising, guys. So keep an eye on Amazon. I think it's getting bottomed out here, and I think Amazon might try to run up soon. So definitely keep an eye on that. And good old Google right here. This one, remember I said Google and Amazon. Google's looking much better. Looks like that bottom was in over there. And so Google not looking bad. And look at it, riding that line right there. So not bad look right there. And good old Meta was up $1, but it wasn't doing anything crazy. It looks like it ran up some, but it is making that curl up, and I think you're getting bottomed out on Meta as well. So could have some nice movement. Oh yeah, Meta did jump up today. That's right, I remember seeing it, but it pulled way back. So it was up early, and it was up like during lunch or something, before lunchtime. And so that definitely pulled back there, but Meta was jumped up there at one point, and it is getting set up. And good old Microsoft was down 98 cents, and it is, let's look at it right here, get a better look. Curled through, just a little pullback, hitting that 20, wasn't breaking through. And MSFT, yeah, hitting that 20, you could have a little pullback to roll off your MACD right there. So nothing crazy, could come back down to that trend line. And but yeah, nothing real crazy right there for Microsoft. And let's see what Nvidia, that wasn't that up a little bit today. It was up $1. And remember, Nvidia was looking pretty good yesterday. It's hitting that 20. And let's see what it wants to do here. It's not getting through it. And again, maybe just a little bit of pullback so it can roll off and get cruising. So Nvidia is getting set up to run, it looks like. And good old Tesla was up 40 cents. And I think that bottom might be in. And it looks like it is. Look at that thing trying to curl up right there. Tesla looking pretty good, I must say. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, guys. I must say Tesla looks much better right there. So there you go with TSLA, Tesla, and AMC down 5 cents. And that thing could be really getting set up for next week. Check that line out. Getting good to get onto the 20 right there. Look at this thing with the trend line. So I would take a look at AMC for next week. And GameStop's been getting set up. I don't know if it's ready. They do have earnings coming up on the 25th, which is next, Tuesday right there. So we'll keep an eye on that for the earnings and see what it wants to do right there. And that is your GameStop. And then Chewy, let's see what CHWY is up to here. It's staying on that trend line. They have earnings. I know they were coming up soon, March 26th, so that is Wednesday. And yeah, it's staying up there. That looks like a bottom. So Chewy could be getting set up to move too, guys. So some of these are looking much better. And I don't think they're ready to pop just yet, but they're definitely looking better now to be bottoming out. Unity's still pulling back a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but it is pulling back there. And let's go ahead and look at our Netflix. Was down a hair, and I think Netflix is about to get rolling. Look at it. It did cross through in your 20s. See how your 20s coming to curl it up there? It's going to get moving, guys. So Netflix probably going to get rolling. And let's take a look at our AVGO. That's down $5, and that's a semiconductor. That's what we're going to do. And I think they're just getting set up. It's just, bouncing around for the most part. AVGO hitting that 20. Could pull back to get set up tomorrow. I don't think it'll be running tomorrow, but I think it's trying to get set up. And then MU right here was up a little bit, and it's in that other channel. Look, it pushed itself in here, and I think it's trying to stay in there, guys. So MU was pretty solid right there, not looking bad, and it did run up 102 to 109. It closed at 103, so there you go with MU. And they had earnings, today? Yeah, they had earnings. I guess their earnings were pretty good, I guess. And TSM, that looked like it wanted to pull back, and then all of a sudden it went through. Look at that thing. It curled through. It's on that support line, looking much better right there on TSM. So keep an eye on it. We know it'll probably hit the 20 and then get set up. So that's what you're looking at them, guys. And then SMCI was pulling back a little bit, and again the 20's bringing it down, but I think we're going to try to get set up as well here, and then this one's going to get really set up in like a couple weeks. And AMD was still going up, and we already liked that when we had it running up this week, and there you go. So I mean, everything was all crazy, and we liked AMD. I don't know if it's going to run up some more. I'd be careful for it going into the weekend for sure, but that was a nice run up all week on AMD. And QCOM was down a little bit, and again, we just weren't that confident that they were going to get rolling, but I could tell you what, they're getting set up to get moving. It crossed through. It looks much better, and we could have them a little bit flat for a little bit as they get in these channels and really curl up, but we're definitely moving in the right direction after we had that pullback. And Intel right here, INTC, had pulled back right there, and I think you're going to get a little pullback. You can see that 20. It's going to have to curl it back up, but I think you're going to get a pullback and a roll off the MACD right there, but that'll be next week. And then let's look at PayPal right here, PYPL. And that one's hitting the 20 and maybe just a little bit of pullback tomorrow. We'll have to look at PayPal and see what it's up to right here. Hitting that 20, and it does. It looks like it might pull back. How about that blue screen? And I don't know what I even do to do that. It just like happens when I click it the certain way in certain spot. I guess it makes the whole screen blue. Anyway, PayPal again could be pulling back a little bit, but it is getting set up. And then let's look at good old Snow right here. I thought Snow was going to be going down because of that pattern, but I think it's going to break the pattern right here, or not break it. They've been breaking it. I think it might break through the MACD is what I meant to say. So we'll look at it, and it could get running up, and again I think it curled up. So they're not going to jump up immediately, but they're definitely going to be moving in the right direction and looking better. And Dell was up a little bit and curled through, trying to get up into this so it can get curled up. So you can see them looking better, that is for sure. And PLTR, Palantir, that one's actually looking much better. Look at that 20, because it didn't look that good the other day. So I think our bottoms are in, and we are getting set up to run. Look at this thing. It looks much, much better. They could have some dips, but look for them. That's what we always watch for, some dips and rips, right? But they are are looking good, I must say. And Sophie wasn't looking too bad right there, hitting the 20 today. And again, cross through, not looking too bad. So let's see what Sophie's up to here. Yeah, hitting the 20. It could have a little pullback. But again, definitely not looking too bad. Much better than they were. And how about Mara and Riot? Remember we were saying they're getting set up? They're staying right here, guys, and they are getting set up. So I think crypto will be, and these guys will as well. So Mara, Riot, still looking good. Look at this thing getting set up here, curling through, looking great. So keep an eye on that as well. And again, might hit the 20, pull back, but it's going to be looking good real soon for Mara and Riot. And MSTR, good old MicroStrategy, good old strategy. Like I said, kept himself up. This thing's about to get popping, guys. So you can tell crypto's about to get rolling real soon. And CLSK, this one's getting set up down here and wants to roll up. So, yes, the crypto's going to get cruising, I must say. And, again, it might not be tomorrow, but they are getting set up. Oh, isn't Trump doing like a crypto seminar or something tomorrow he's going to? I forget, but I did see something like that. Anyway, DJT was down 56 cents, and this thing had been trying to get set up. And again, look at that 20 coming down for it. So just a matter of time that gets set up as well. And then let's take a look at Fun. They have earnings coming up right there. They got earnings today, and it's gray, so I have no idea what Fun did for earnings. But it looks like it jumped up to that 20 right there, 298 to 3. It's at 299. Not bad. But again, this thing's just getting set up with the rest of them, and that will get fun. And how about that MTN? That was down, but this one, check it out, guys. It's getting set up, so we'll watch that thing to get blasted off when they get all right in the right spot right there. We'll catch that up. And McDonald's, look at this. That's trying to curl up real nice, so have to keep an eye on MCD right here. Look at it. It's about to get over that 20 and cross through. Not looking too bad. And Boeing was up like 21 cents, and I was thinking it's going to get cruising because look at that 20 crawling up on that too. So Boeing and the aerospace and defense here has a little pullback look, I guess, in the after hours, but not looking bad on Boeing. I'll look at it tomorrow. And space was down a hair, but it was running up yesterday, and it looked like it hit that 50 and just had a little healthy pullback, nothing crazy. And how about Rivian? That was pulling back today, actually. It was flat right there, and we'll have to look at it. And didn't we look at it? Yeah, we already looked at it. I usually look at IBM there. That's where I was like, wait, we looked at it, Rivian. It was pulling back. IBM, if I can type it in. Here we go, IBM. And that had been pulling back right there, down $8. And, yeah, you might get a good setup off of here. So IBM definitely was pulling back, if I could spell it right. There, it's real tough, but it was definitely pulling back there, and it could pull back a little bit more, maybe come down to there to your 235, so right in here. So keep your eye on that, that's for sure. And so, yeah, that's what that looks like right there. And let's see what else is going on with Disney and Anoxy and them. Disney, wasn't that pulling back today? Yeah, it was down, and it does look like it. I mean, look at it. It looked like it wants to pull back, but it could go up at any moment. So we'll watch Disney, see what it wants to do. It has a good support line right here at 97, so we'll keep an eye on that one. And Oxy right here was just kind of hanging out. I was going to say I looked at it today. It wasn't doing a whole lot when I looked at it, when I saw it. And let's see, 48.60. It's just sitting right there. It really didn't go anywhere, did it? It went down, if anything, but it was just sitting around. And ExxonMobil was up a little bit more, and we knew that was going up. So there you go on that one. Good old ExxonMobil. And we'll see. It could run up a little bit more right there, it looks like. And let's see what Nike, we looked at it, didn't we? Maybe. I don't know. No, we looked at Disney. That was down. Nike, I thought, was down too. Yeah, Nike came down in the after hours too. It came way down there. I realized it there, but I remember seeing it on my watch list. 73 down to 67. It closed at 68, so they took a dip. I'm not sure what happened there. quarter three earnings call, so that's what they had, earnings right there. And again, I don't even understand. It's all green. I guess that doesn't mean anything. I have no idea. I don't look at them, but DXYZ right here. Let me look at Destiny, and this thing is trying to get set up. You can see it. It's going to get set up real nice, so just watch for some dips. And there you go with them bad boys. And here we are. We'll go through ours and over the we'll go through the messages and see what you guys want to say. See. No, I just fried my brain. There we go right there. So let me go ahead and see what's going on. Kevo, which one do you want to look at? I'm not sure which one you're putting right there, but Sinai wants to see UNH, so let's look at that one right now, United Health Group. And look at this. Remember we were looking at that way down there in that bottom, and we said it didn't like that basement a lot. Where was that down? 438. It's at 508 now, and it does look pretty good, so I would say off of that trend line right there over to 50, you're looking pretty good. So I would keep an eye on that as well. UNH, not looking bad, I must say. And FDX, let's look at that one. What is it? Oh, FedEx, of course. Let's see what's that up to. That one looks like it's trying to set up. It looked like it was down a little bit today, but let's see. Oh, wait, it took a nice dip on earnings, so there you go. I did not see it, actually. So 247 up to 250, and then a real nice dip on earnings. So look at that bad boy. And there you go. It says it over there, but I couldn't tell because I look at that, and then look, it bounced back down. You could tell it shows it's It shows it's still crossed up. You can see it. Look, it shows it's still there. It bounced down off of there. So that's why I really couldn't tell. But no, we'll have to keep an eye on FedEx, though. That's for sure. Thank you. And Kevo, let me know which one you're talking about. It says 6OU or something. Do 6OU. I have no idea what that one is. And let me go over here and see what's going on. Oh, yeah. Trump spoke at the crypto summit. Was that the Digital Asset Summit in New York. That was today. And so there you go. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel. That was today. I didn't even realize it was today. I thought it was tomorrow, to be honest with you. And anyway, I don't know what he said. And NBY, let's look at that one real quick here. NBY. Oh, were we looking at it? And I was trying to figure it out because, yeah, there you go. NBY, that one is trying to get set up right there. And the T came from Taffy, one of their trademarked brands. Oh, so that DTCK. See, Laptop Travel knows all this stuff. I just make jokes and do silly stuff and look at stock charts. But he said that the T came from Taffy. It's one of their trademarked brands. So there you go. That's where the T came from. I thought they just threw it in there to make it look funny. And I was like, how did they get away with that? But there you go. That's how they got away with it, because it's part of their company. So you could do it. And again, they wouldn't let you do like ass or butt or anything, but that I guess they let you get away with. So there you go with that one. And let's look at Rich Tech Robotics right here. And let's see, that one's, we've been looking at it, and it's sitting right there. I could see this one getting set up right here, Barbara. Ran up to that 50 right there today, 224 to 244, not bad. Did come down to 202 and closed at 217, and it might just stay in that channel right there, and then and it could even stay in this one, 204 to right there. So that's what it looks like as it tries to get set up. And CCLD is Care Cloud, and this one had took a nice dip. It looks like it's just pulling back a little bit, couldn't get out there. And let's see, yeah, it wasn't ready just yet, but we'll have to look. It's just pulling back. We'll look at it tomorrow, and again, you can see it's coming up. We'll see if it wants to roll off and roll down another one and have to get reset up. I can't really tell at the moment because some of them been breaking through. So that could be the bottom right there, and it could get curled through. We'll look at it tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow, Barb. I'll write it down right here, CCLD, so I remember. CCLD. And then remind me in the morning because you know my memory. So there you go. I'll look at that one. And then I did repost out the ones Laptop Travel was talking about them reverse splits, the dates for that. And EONR had a nice week on that one. And let's see, watching the China stocks, maybe keeping an eye out for them to drop, especially if Elon Musk sends out any posts once he gets his top secret U.S.-China war contingencies. Elon certainly could have an impact on their markets. However, he needs to walk a thin line because of Tesla's huge. And I'm not sure if there's more to it, but that's what it said from Laptop Travel. And let's see what else is going on. That GCTK rose after announcing that data for its long-term continuous blood glucose monitor would be present at the 2025 ATD, the Advanced Technologies and Treatments for Diabetes Conference. So that would probably be a good thing. I remember that's what made it pop that last time, but we were early before they even announced it. And HKD right there, yeah, they had like that almost 20,000% growth over 15 days. It was pretty wild. And let's see what else is here. Anything else? Here we go. ARCT for KT Davis. Let's look at this one real quick. Let me see what it's doing. ARTC. I don't even see. Hold on. Did I type it in right? I did. Let me see if it's over here. I don't even see an ARTC, so I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Could it be HTCR? And it used to be that? It could be, because it came up as that, so it very well could have been that, and they changed it. I'm not sure, but we'll look at this real quick. Up 7 cents. And this one is crawling through and looking pretty good. So I could see if you were looking at it, HTCR. And yeah, it's not looking bad. Watch, it's going to hit that 20 probably tomorrow. And that is at like $1.11. It's at $1.06. We'll see. But it's not looking bad. It might even get up to that $1.25 area. So not looking bad right there on an HTCR. I'm not sure if that's what you were looking at. And CRSP, that's CRISPR Therapeutics, and let's see what they're up to, coming down right there. I think that might be pulling back from that look. Let me get a better look. Yeah, I don't think it's ready just yet at that look. When that 20 is coming down like that, they're usually not ready, KT Davis. So there you go for that one. And we were talking about the Triple Witch and Friday there tomorrow. And let's see what else is going on. Did I miss anything? I think I got all the everything there. And CELH, let's look at that. The slick doctor of style. He must be nice and styled up right there. And let's look at Celius Holdings right here. Oh, that is looking nice, huh? The style doctor right there. It's just going to bounce around. Let it get set up. I think it has another week or two to kind of get set up here. But yeah, watch for any pullbacks here. That's obviously probably your bottom right there at that 2404. And I don't know, maybe it can come back into this 28. So I would watch it and see if you can get any pullback into these trend lines right here and maybe even lower. But that is looking pretty good there. So I must say not bad. And let's see what else is going on. I got all them. Let's see what's going on our scanner and all that good stuff real quick. Our news stories: Japan's core inflation hits 3% in February, keeps alive BOJ rate hike bets, and Asian stocks jittery as tariff concerns mount. Trump signs order to eliminate the Department of Education, and the stock futures are a little changed as S&P 500 aims to snap a 4-week losing streak, and then the U.S. stocks end lower after optimism over rate cuts, wages or something. And there you go with that. Let's see what's trending over here and what's cruising around on there. Let's see what's happening. Let me take a quick look here. I'll run this real quick. We'll see what's happening over here. If anything, I'll just take a quick run. And let's see, that QBTS is coming down. We were looking at all these guys. We looked at all them guys. How about Ford? It's been kind of cruising around. Wint was up. And Lucid, we were looking at that. It ran up yesterday. We'll keep an eye on it. That NEO is down. And let's see, RGTI is down right there. FXI, like I said, that had pulled back, and Plug, that's just plugging along kind of flat, but not looking bad. And our SPY, we've actually looked at that a million times. And how about that Open Door Technologies? That's not looking bad, OPEN. So keep an eye on that one. Look at it, trying to get up to that trend line and get moving. So we'll look at that and see if it's any good. And that is OPEN. DNN, this one I've talked about on the small cap show. I was giving this one out. That was the bottom, I said, down there at 127, and now you're at 155, and that's moving up, and it's a uranium company, so there you go for that one. We talked about it on here for sure, and that one was cruising. How about Snap was up? Snapchat, IQ was pulling back there, and how about Hood? Robinhood's looking good. Let's look at Robinhood real quick, HOD. And it's not looking bad, curling up. It kind of looked like that Coinbase, huh? Hitting that trend line, but looking much better. Yeah, I'm telling you, these things are looking better, I have to say. And let's see anything else. Apple's on there. That GCTK. American Airlines, they've been way down, guys, but we'll watch them to get set back up because they're good opportunities. And this CAN, let's see what that is. I remember doing that one before. And it's way down there, and that could be getting set up right there. Let's take a look at, yeah, check out this thing. We'll have to take a look at CAN. And let's see what's going on this side. And then we'll look at StockTwits real quick and call it a night and be back at 7 a.m. And anything we didn't cover, we'll knock out. I'll look at crypto real quick. Bitcoin's at 84,595. Sol's at 128. And Ethereum's at 1,987. Ripple's at 243. Doge at 17. Let's see what else. Ripple 243, and our Cardano's ADA's at 72. Chainlink's at 1430. And H-bar is under 19 cents at like 18.9 right there. So not really have to go over anything with that. They're not really set up. They're looking better. And again, I just think things are waiting to get moving. So we'll keep an eye. What is this? Columbus Acquisitions or something. We looked at that SAG IBO. That one had run up there. And Wint was looking good. Let's see what else. And they're all goofy looking. That's for damn sure. And this PRA, this one ran up there. That's another insurance company. Apparently, insurance companies ought to go through. And the APDN we've been looking at. And let's see what else is up here. How about that ION? We've looked at that. Inovia, it's pulling back there. DSS, and that one looks like it could be curling up. It did run up a little bit. And let's see anything else. Grabbing my attention real quick. That Devs is on there. GDHG. Let me see. Anything else looks good. Boom. Dun, bam. And, yeah, nothing that crazy right there. That's a GCTK. And, yeah, I think we probably looked at all of that. That's for sure. And, cool with that. And let's take a look. Let me look at the StockTwits real quick and see what's trending over there, because they always give us some pretty good ones, I must say. The ones trending are usually pretty decent here. Nike's down. QUBT and QBTS are both down. MU's up. GameStop is up. It looks like it's up like 23 cents in the after hours. WGRX, is that one that we looked at, or it just, I don't think so. I don't know if we, I don't think we looked. Did we look at this? Yeah, we did. WGR, that chart looks pretty familiar. Maybe, I have no idea. But anyway, because it does look like it's running to the top, and I think I did say something about that. Anyway, that's what that looks like. OUST, let's see. Hold on. Where am I at here? OUST. Alster, that one might run up on them earnings. That looks pretty good. It looks like it had them already, didn't it? OUST, let's see. Yeah, it looked like it ran up today on earnings, I think. Yeah, they definitely did today. And we'll take a look at it. Doesn't look bad. It's right in that channel right there. And FDX, what's that? If I could type FDX. That's FedEx. We were talking about it. And yeah, I can't even remember. I just did it like 3 minutes ago. I said, what is that? There you go. I would say that's a pretty good market review right there. And again, nothing real crazy going on, but they are trying to get set up. And I'll definitely keep you guys posted on how the market looks tomorrow. Obviously, we'll do the pre-market and go through it. But as the day goes on, I'll keep you guys posted. It could be just one of them flat days right there. And to get set up more or less for next week or even the week after. So we're going to be watching that SPY, see how it comes down on the MACD, or not come down, if it can cross through or comes down is what I meant to say. And again, that 20 still coming down just enough where you could tell they could use a little more time. So that's what I see right there. And I hope everybody enjoyed that, because I thought that was a pretty good market review right there. Let me think, did I miss anything? We did our crypto prices. I'll just look at Bitcoin real quick on here. You guys can see it too. We'll see what it looks like. BTC USD. What did I just do? There we go. That might help. And let me take a look at it and see. Yeah, it's just sitting right there under the 20. And again, they're just getting set up, guys. So nothing crazy to worry about. I think we're in pretty good shape. I think the worst had pulled back, and we're going to see some run up. How much run up, who knows, but we'll figure that out as they run up. We'll catch them on the way up, you know that. So that's what I'm looking at. And of course, we're going into a Friday. Just be careful trading smart tomorrow, and you got to be careful holding these things over the weekend, especially as choppy and crazy as this market's been. You got to just play it day by day, just how we have been doing it lately. And it's been a good strategy. And obviously when they get all turned around and look much better, you can get a little more aggressive, I would say. But right now you really have to be patient and zero in on exactly what's going to be moving. We've been doing it, and really pay attention to the SPY and what's really happening there. And we've been doing exactly that, finding the poppers, knowing how the market's running, not really trying to push anything, and just trading smart. So yeah, don't force any trades, that's for sure, and just kind of look and see what the market's telling you at that moment. And it can change pretty quick, but we've been on top of it and been doing well. So I would say we're in good shape, and I think we're going to be doing much better going forward. So the market should be turning up. So there you go, everybody. That's what I see right now. Greatly appreciate everybody hanging out and all your feedback. Let me know. The OUST CEO said on the ER call, the product portfolio transformation we have planned in 2025 will result in the largest increase in Ouster's addressable market in our history. So I'd say that's probably pretty good, huh? So yeah, I don't even know what the hell they do. I never even heard of it. OUST, an electronic component company, and Ouster outlines $19 billion smart infrastructure market potential for 2025. So yeah, maybe something to look into as a one of them companies that could be long term. It's actually setting up to be pretty decent at the moment right there, so I can't say that it's not. And there you go. I just thought of this company off of that one, Blade. Let's see. It's been down a little bit, but you could tell it'll get turned back around and running up. Look at it. Just kind of came down with the market, and this thing will get cruising. This seems like it's a pretty healthy company, and it'll get turned back around. So we had looked at that before, BLDE. And there you go, everybody. There, like I said, pretty good market review there. Greatly appreciate everybody hanging out. If you have any questions, send me a DM on X. I'll answer you. Just like I say, make sure it's really my account. There's a bunch of fake ones out there trying to scam people. It's crazy. So yeah, I will answer you. You'll know it's probably me because of the way I just respond is pretty much the way I talk. So I think you'll have a good idea that you're talking to the right person. And yeah, so if you have any questions, let me know. Obviously, post any feedback, comments, or anything. If you want us to look at any stock tickers in the morning real quick on our morning show, I might have to do a quick show tomorrow morning, just because I know the wife has to go to get out of here early tomorrow, so might have to cut out, just cop on, do a quick show real quick. So that's just for tomorrow, and we'll keep you posted throughout the day, obviously. So there you go, and we'll be on for 7 a.m. for pre-market, doing our Joey's jumpers, our laptop lowdowns, and everything else we cover, Bitcoin, crypto, all that good stuff, and of course find what's going to be popping. That's what's most important. And again, we'll see how the markets are running on a Friday there. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's a really good one for tonight. And and we'll find out what's going on. I'll repost out my sheet, and again, it's nothing really crazy, and I think we'll be able to find more poppers possibly in the morning just off momentum plays, but we do know what's looking good, what's setting up, and what to keep an eye on, and that's the most important thing. We just covered the entire market. We know everything going on, so that is always important, and so we know how to play it any which way. So there you go, everybody. Thanks again. Appreciate it, and we will catch you guys at 7 a.m. And of course, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence. And again, I will catch you guys at 7 a.m. Let me see if I got everything. Yup, I think I did. And there you go, everybody. And I hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. Let me know what you guys think. And if you don't follow me on X and YouTube and all that good stuff, go ahead and follow along, because we're always doing fun stuff. And obviously, we do the shows every day, like I was saying earlier. Basically Sunday night through Friday morning. So Sunday night's show at 9 p.m. All the night shows are at 9 p.m. All the pre-market shows are at 7 a.m. So easy schedule. Doesn't really interfere with anything else. And you get to learn and see the exact whole market now. We live stream them all week here. So like I said, let me know what you guys think about it, so I have an idea and what I can change and make better. So there you go, everyone. Again, greatly appreciate everybody hanging out. I see a ton of people. I wish I knew everybody that was on. I thank you all personally, but I just don't know the way it's set up like this. But again, reach out to me. I respond to everybody. And have a great night, everybody. I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. Have a good night.